Canute the Great, a name that resonates through the corridors of history, echoing the tales of a Viking king whose legacy is as vast as the seas he once ruled. The very name evokes images of Viking longships cutting through the misty waters, clashing swords that sang the song of battle, and a ruler who commanded respect and fear across a vast North Sea empire. Canute's dominions stretched far and wide, encompassing the lands of England, Denmark, and Norway. His empire was a testament to the Viking spirit of exploration, conquest, and governance. Canute, a name synonymous with power and ambition, stands tall in the annals of history as a testament to Viking prowess and statecraft. His reign was not just about brute strength, but also about strategic acumen and political savvy. Born into a world of raiding and conquest, Canute rose from the son of a Viking king to become ruler of England, Denmark, and Norway. His journey was marked by fierce battles, cunning strategies, and an unyielding will to expand his influence. His reign, spanning 3 decades in the early 11th century, marked a turning point in European history, a period when Viking might reach its zenith. It was a time when the Viking age was transitioning, and Canute was at the forefront of this transformation. Canute's story is one of ruthless ambition, military cunning, and a keen understanding of the delicate balance between Viking tradition and the burgeoning power of Christianity. He was a master tactician, both on the battlefield and in the halls of power. He was a warrior king who carved out his empire on the battlefield, yet he also understood the importance of law, order, and the need to forge alliances to secure his hold on power. His ability to blend Viking ferocity with diplomatic finesse set him apart from other rulers of his time. His conversion to Christianity, while perhaps a strategic move, had a profound impact on his reign and the lands he ruled. It was a decision that helped him consolidate power and gain the support of the Christian Church, which was becoming increasingly influential in Europe. Canute's life and reign offer a fascinating glimpse into a pivotal period in European history. His ability to navigate the complex political landscape of the time, balancing Viking traditions with the demands of a Christianized Europe, showcases his exceptional leadership skills. It was a time of great upheaval and transformation, a time when the Viking world collided with Christian Europe, and Canute stood at the heart of this maelstrom. His reign was a bridge between 2 worlds, a period of synthesis that shaped the future of the continent. His story is not just a tale of battles and conquests, but a study in leadership, adaptation, and the challenges of forging a lasting dynasty in an age of violence and uncertainty. Canute's legacy is a testament to his ability to adapt, innovate, and lead with a vision that transcended the immediate demands of his time. Through the artifacts and manuscripts that have survived the ravages of time, we catch glimpses of Canute's world. These relics tell the story of the king who was not only a fierce warrior, but also a shrewd statesman, a ruler who understood the power of culture and religion in uniting his diverse empire. Canute's reign also saw advancements in shipbuilding and exploration as the Vikings continued to push the boundaries of the known world. His support for trade and exploration helped to lay the foundations for a more interconnected Europe. In addition to his military and political achievements, Canute is also remembered for his contributions to the legal and administrative systems of his time. He implemented laws that helped to stabilize his realm and ensure justice for his subjects, blending Viking customs with emerging European legal traditions. The fusion of Viking and Christian cultures during Canute's reign left a lasting impact on art, architecture, and societal norms. This cultural synthesis can still be seen in the remnants of medieval Europe, where the echoes of Canute's influence continue to resonate. Today, Canute the Great is remembered not just as a conqueror, but as a visionary leader who played a crucial role in shaping the course of European history. His legacy lives on in the lands he once ruled, in the historical landmarks that bear his name, and in the stories that continue to be told about his remarkable life. As we reflect on the life and times of Canute the Great, we are reminded of the enduring influence of his reign. His story is a powerful reminder of the complexities of leadership, the importance of cultural integration, and the lasting impact of a ruler who dared to dream beyond the horizon. Canute's early life is shrouded in the mists of time, with scant details surviving in the historical record. The fragments we do have paint a picture of a young boy growing up in a world that was both harsh and majestic, a world where the natural beauty of the Scandinavian landscape was matched only by the ferocity of its people. We know he was born around 995 AD, likely in Denmark, into a world steeped in Viking tradition and the lore of the Norse gods. This was a time when the sagas of Odin, Thor and Freya were not just stories but guiding principles for life and warfare. The Viking territories stretched far and wide, from the icy fjords of Norway to the windswept coasts of England, and young Canute would have been acutely aware of the vastness and the potential of his world. His father was Sweyn Forkbeard, a fierce Viking warrior who ruled Denmark and set his sights on the riches of England. Sweyn was a man of immense ambition and relentless drive, qualities that he would undoubtedly pass on to his son. Under Sweyn's rule, Denmark was not just a kingdom but a launching pad for Viking expeditions that sought to conquer and plunder. His mother's identity remains a mystery, though some sources suggest she was a Polish princess, a testament to the far-reaching connections of the Viking world. This potential link to Polish royalty would have provided Canute with a unique perspective on diplomacy and alliances, skills that would prove invaluable in his later life. The Vikings were not just raiders, they were also shrewd diplomats who understood the importance of forging strong ties with other powerful families and kingdoms. Growing up in the shadow of his formidable father, Canute would have been immersed in the ways of war and leadership from a young age. He would have trained with weapons, learning the art of combat from seasoned warriors. These early lessons were not just about physical strength, but also about strategy, discipline, and the importance of loyalty. Canute would have been taught to lead by example, to inspire his men through his own bravery and skill. He would have learned the art of shipbuilding, the intricacies of naval warfare, and the importance of maintaining the loyalty of his warriors. The Viking longships were marvels of engineering, capable of navigating both open seas and shallow rivers. Mastery of these ships was crucial for any Viking leader, and Canute would have spent countless hours honing his skills, both as a sailor and as a commander. The Viking world was one where strength and cunning were paramount, and Canute, by all accounts, was a quick study in the harsh realities of power. He would have observed the strategies employed by his father and other leaders, learning the importance of adaptability and quick thinking. In a world where alliances could shift overnight and enemies could strike without warning, Canute's ability to anticipate and outmaneuver his rivals would become one of his greatest assets. Canute's early life was likely a mix of courtly intrigue and the harsh realities of Viking campaigns. The Viking court was a place of constant plotting and maneuvering, where loyalty was often a matter of convenience rather than principle. Canute would have had to navigate this treacherous environment, learning to identify friend from foe and to build alliances that would support his ambitions. He would have witnessed firsthand the brutality of Viking raids, the constant struggle for power, and the importance of forging alliances, often through marriage, to secure one's position. These experiences would have taught him that power was not just about brute force, but also about strategy, negotiation, and the ability to inspire loyalty in others. The Viking raids were not just acts of violence, but carefully planned operations that required coordination, intelligence, and a deep understanding of both the enemy and the terrain. These formative experiences would shape Canute into the ruthless and ambitious ruler he would become, a king who understood that power, once seized, had to be defended at all costs. He would carry these lessons with him throughout his life, using them to build and maintain an empire that stretched across the North Sea. Canute's early life, though shrouded in mystery, was undoubtedly a crucible in which the future king was forged, preparing him for the immense challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. In the year 1013, Sweyn Forkbeard, Canute's father, launched a daring invasion of England. This was not just any ordinary raid. It was a meticulously planned campaign aimed at seizing control of a kingdom that had long been a target for Viking ambitions. Sweyn, a seasoned warrior with a lust for plunder and power, saw England as a ripe target, weakened by years of Viking raids and internal strife. The English kingdom was fractured, its defences worn thin by constant assaults from the north. Sweyn's experience and strategic mind made him the perfect leader for such an ambitious endeavour. Canute, likely in his late teens or early 20s, accompanied his father on this campaign, a chance to prove his mettle and learn the art of conquest firsthand. For Canute, this was more than just a military expedition. It was an education in leadership, strategy, and the brutal realities of war. He watched closely as his father made decisions that would alter the course of history. Sweyn's invasion was swift and brutal. The Viking forces moved with a speed and ferocity that left the English defenders reeling. Villages were burned, fortresses were stormed, and the Viking banner was raised over conquered lands. The sheer terror of the Viking onslaught was enough to break the spirit of many English soldiers. His Viking fleet, a fearsome armada of longships, sailed up the English coast, raiding and pillaging as they went. These longships, with their sleek designs and formidable crews, were the epitome of Viking naval power. They could navigate both open seas and shallow rivers, making them perfect for surprise attacks and quick retreats. English resistance crumbled before the Viking onslaught, and by year's end, Sweyn Forkbeard had forced the English king, Ethelred the Unready, into exile and claimed the English throne for himself. This was a monumental achievement, a testament to Sweyn's military prowess and strategic acumen. The once mighty English kingdom was now under Viking control. For Canute, this campaign was a baptism by fire. He was thrust into the heart of battle, witnessing the chaos and carnage of medieval warfare. This was a formative experience, shaping him into the leader he would soon become. The lessons he learned on the battlefield would stay with him for the rest of his life. He witnessed the effectiveness of his father's military tactics, the terror the Vikings inspired, and the spoils that came with victory. The sight of terrified villagers fleeing before the Viking raiders, the division of spoils after a hard-fought battle, and the camaraderie among the warriors, all these experiences left a lasting impression on young Canute. He likely participated in battles and raids, proving his courage and leadership to his father's warriors. Each skirmish was a test, each raid an opportunity to earn respect and demonstrate his capabilities. Canute's bravery and tactical acumen did not go unnoticed. He was quickly gaining a reputation as a formidable warrior in his own right. This experience would prove invaluable when, just a few years later, Canute would find himself leading his own army in a bid to claim the English throne for himself. The skills he honed, the strategies he learned, and the respect he earned during his father's campaign would all come into play as he embarked on his own path to power. Canute's journey was just beginning, and the lessons of his youth would guide him through the challenges that lay ahead.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, consider liking and subscribing.